Everybody, Larry, Fort Worth Memories Museum and Groups. It is Tuesday, June the 10th. Looks like it could rain, but it's not supposed to rain today. We need this weather to get out of here. Let me see if I can find the live feed. There I am. Anyway, almost there. Tuesday, June the 10th. And I will tell everybody good morning. And we're going to share it to the internet. The live memories. Okay, here we go. I guess we're by ourselves this morning. I'm by myself. I don't have anybody on. So we will have to wait for people to join in. It's exactly straight up 7. There's all kinds of stuff going on locally, nationally. We're not going to post about the riots or whatever they are in Los Angeles. Let's do that somewhere else. Okay, so let's see what's happening locally. The largest settlements in American history. Oh, that's not us. The mayor of Mansfield is upset about the redistricting vote. Here is a story that we've been kind of thinking about. Ridgemar Mall. If you want to know what Fort Worth Ridgemar Mall, which opened in 1976, talks about when they opened. I'd like to know what they're doing now, but they're not telling us. Well, that's a nothing story. Best restaurant in the entire state of Texas. They did have some riots over in Dallas, or protesters, whatever you call it. Crystal Gayden, we knew that she retired or she stepped down. I didn't have any juicy stuff. So much for the news. One of our members, Mary Ann Johnson, is in the hospital, so we need to everybody say prayers for her. It says there's 7 people in. Michael is in, Marilyn is in, Brittany's in, George, Larry, Aaron, Dee, Michael. Oh yeah, and Marilyn, you sent me a deal. What was that? Buddy Whittington's in the hospital. I'll post a prayer request today and we'll include Buddy. Don't know what I think Buddy had some kind of issue here a few months ago. Do not know where we're going to eat this week. It's only Tuesday. It's supposed to rain the rest of the week, but we're doing headlights. You can tour the museum, all kinds of stuff for ways you can help out. So I made a post. Julie is in. Glad you decided to come visit us. Jimmy, thank you. Michael, you want to add your mother to the prayers list? We're going to put everybody. I pray for everybody. Was there protesters downtown Fort Worth? I don't think so. I think it was just Dallas. I don't know. I don't know what you charge them with. I guess protesting. Or they might be able to charge them with insurrection. Maybe. I don't have any idea. I know in Los Angeles I read where it was Marines and National Guard. So people were asking me yesterday, how is it possible the Marines, when George Bush signed the Patriot Act, that allowed any president, including himself, to call in whoever, Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, on U.S. soil. Prior to that, they had to use the National Guard. Victor, good morning. So, yeah. Now the President of the United States can call in any and all of the armed forces. There's people that are going to keep, just my opinion, you're not going to win that battle. They're going to put down any uprising. And I even saw where, I don't know who it was, I guess Tom Homan or maybe Pete Hegseth, somebody told Gavin Newsom, or any politician, if you're inciting the riots, we can arrest you. And I see where the governor of California and the state of California has filed lawsuits. Well, we know how far those get. When there was a question about the 2020 election, our Attorney General was the first to file a lawsuit against the United States government. None of those lawsuits ever got anywhere. But they look good on paper, I guess. I don't know. I've never been to that Goldie's, and I've never been to those other barbecue places. Now, we did eat at Terry Black's on 7th, and it was good. Was it double the price good? And I don't even know if it's not double the price. Is it the highest barbecue restaurant in Fort Worth that I know about good? Maybe, but it was the newness of it being in town, and I didn't know until last week sometime. Jeff Norman of the Optimist Club came over. We worked on his daughter's car, and we were talking about Terry Black's and this, that, and the other. And he lived in Longview for a while, and he said, or Lockhart, not Longview, Lockhart. And he said there's actually two Black's barbecue. They split up some way sometime long ago, and he said they're both good, but at one time they were together. I guess Terry Black went out on his own because the other one I think is just called Black's Barbecue. I'll research it today. Yes, we're doing headlights, $20. Lockhart is where, Lockhart, Texas, is where there's a lot of restaurants come out of there. There's an old friend of ours, Steve Marquardt. Bill is in. Don't have any idea where we're eating Sunday. Let me look that up. I'll tell you. I can actually do two things at once, or I think I can. It was on Newsbreak. Let me see, I'm pulling it up here. Oh, I do know people in the administration and the president, but I know nothing about that Elon Musk, Donald Trump deal. I don't want to know anything about it. Seems like we are. Bill says he's eating at the Lockhart's and at the Blacks in Lockhart. There's Sherry Holt. Sherry put together our birthday party this year, which is July 19th at Rex's Bar and Grill, 10 o'clock in the morning. I can't find that on, I don't see anything about Buddy Whittington on Newsbreak. But Marilyn sent me a deal. Hold on. Let me see if I can. There was an article about they're doing something, a benefit or something. Surely I've got Messenger on here, don't I? Yeah, there. Hold on. I forget if she sends me Messenger or she. Mary Ann Johnson is in the hospital. I guess it was just messages. Well, I don't know. But apparently there is... Hold on, I can look it up. I didn't have it on. Here it is. It's at the Bankhead Brew Pub. That's Buddy plays there a lot. I don't know if that's... I think this is old news. This is a week ago. Anybody got any updates on Buddy Whittington? If he's better? I got it. So, but nobody knows if Buddy's... I'll check on it. I'll message his wife. So we've got lots of people in the hospital, and we've got lots of people to pray for. Basically everybody on the planet. Yeah, that's right. She was at the lunch club meeting on Saturday. I sat at a different table. You sat a lot of the time over there with them. I didn't actually. She was talking to somebody when I left. I said goodbye to her husband, and what is the issue with her? Hold on, I'll read you what Richard sent me. Just letting you know, Mary Ann's in the hospital. She's in the Moncrief Tower building, room 327, third floor, All Saints, 8th Avenue. Don't know anything yet. He'll let us know as things come available. So we need to say our prayers for all of these folks. You heard what? I was going to have a Dallas Cowboy on. I wouldn't know who that'd be. I don't think I know any Dallas Cowboys. I mean, in the past, I've had Bob Lilly and Walt Garrison, but these current Cowboys, I'm not privy to their circles, so. Yeah, there was a cowboy that got arrested. I read that. I don't think he was a big name, but vehicular manslaughter or something. Was that what it was? I can tell you right quick. Dallas Cowboy arrested. His name was Kelvin Joseph. He was a DC Defenders, I guess that's that world deal, and former cowboy arrested after a fatal crash near Dallas. It happened at 5 a.m. on a Saturday morning. That's after a Friday night. Nothing good happens after midnight, in my opinion. Yeah, so that was I don't think he was around that long. And now there's an article that says 3 former Cowboy players arrested in a span of 3 days. Well, just because they're football players doesn't mean that they don't get arrested. Greg Hardy. Oh, y'all ought to remember him. He's the guy that threw Jerry around in the locker room. Greg Hardy, we got him from that, I think San Francisco or somewhere, but he had issues, bipolar or something. He's the one that sacked old Tom Brady that game and threw him around like a stepchild. And then Jerry tried to talk to him in the locker room, and I don't think he shoved him, but he did something that wasn't appropriate. And that was his last. What did he get arrested for? Assaulting a family member. He's got CTE like Don Curry and then Adam Pac-Man Jones. He was a good player too. Disorderly conduct, public intoxication. He played in 2008. And then that Kelvin. Oh, Cowboys get arrested just like anybody else. Sure. Which one do you want to... Somebody just sent me a question about one of our sponsors. I'll just do all of our sponsors. Right now. Brittany, you just got released, or Mary Ann did? I didn't know you were in the hospital. Let's start at, we start at the top of the page. Winstead Paint and Body. I've been using them 40 years. Clay Winstead. They're on White Settlement Road, a block west of Roberts Cutoff. Scott Sumner is our IT guru. He's been with me now 9 or 10 years. He keeps all of these platforms running. He can build you a website or any technical issues. All the Blue Mountain Cafes, there's 5 of them. They're all sponsors. Stinger's Sports Bar is in Azle. That's the old Mark Dean's Barbecue. They're owned by Blue Mountain. Fort Worth florist Jeanette and her team have sent a lot of flowers all over the world for our members, and I've gotten a lot of great reviews. So anybody that had tree damage, you don't have to worry about it. Dickie Carr is Richard Carr's nephew. He owns Grateful for Your Trees. He can cut them down. He can clear them off. So if you've got tree damage out there, call Dickie Carr. G2 Garage is in the White Settlement area. Chris is the team leader there. They've done a lot of repairs on vehicles for our members. Phelps Family Auto Care is in Burleson, and both of them are in Fort Worth too. They service all surrounding areas. Mike Phelps, I interviewed him here not too long ago. They're planning on opening a second location. Stroud Auto Supply. You don't rarely see a independent auto supply store go head to head with AutoZone, O'Reilly's, all of those. But Danny Stroud, I bought auto parts there when I was 15, so that's how long it's been in existence. Rex's Bar and Grill, Rex Benson. It's in the old Macaroni Grill. Thank you. On University, we're going to have our birthday party there, July 19th, 10 a.m. Come and get ready to eat cake and eat food and talk to people. Tri-State Dent, Jason and his team over there, they've already started working on a bunch of our members that have had hail damage in the last few weeks or months. They come to you, hail damage, door dings, minor dents. They'll work with you on your deductible if it's at all possible. Raines Plumbing, that's a family-owned plumbing business. Robert Rivera had some work done over there a couple of weeks ago. We've had several members use them. Andrew, do what? I didn't see that. No, it's Andrew Wallace and Chasen Smith. They are America's Senior Benefit of North Texas. They know their stuff up and down, believe me. Charlie Guerin's Railhead Barbecue. Charlie is on the board of directors of my bicycle giveaway. He's our state rep, and he owns Railhead Barbecue. Optimist Club of Fort Worth, they're international. One of the groups here, Jeff Norman, they provide the Memories Museum with a Christmas tree every year, no charge. But they do great things for all youth, boys and girls. Old South Pancake House, 2 locations. One on University next to Rex's Sports Bar, and it's open 24/7. The one in Burleson closes at, I think, 10 o'clock at night. Jenny Stewart, State Farm Insurance. My thinking on this is thank you. State Farm, Farmers, Allstate, they're all about the same. They're all real good. It's just which one's going to save you money. Jenny heads up a very active team that really knows their stuff. So it costs you absolutely nothing to call and get a quote. And if you can save 40 or 50 bucks a month, that's money. Brandon Cross Electric. Brandon they do commercial, residential. One of my board members, Manny Ramirez, is a county commissioner. He professes by him. K-Ranch Roofing, Jorge Hernandez. He's been our roofing sponsor for many years. They replaced a lot of roofs for y'all or repaired them. So after all these storms, you don't know if you've got roof damage or not. You just call the number, and Bree is the office manager. She will send one of their highly trained representatives out to get up on the ladder and figure out if your roof has any damage. It might not have any. They don't charge you anything to come out and look. Fort Worth Lumber Company, I was just down there visiting with them. They've been a sponsor for years and years and years. They're very active in our bicycle giveaway. They're down on Interstate 35 South. It's a huge complex. You need building materials, plans, whatever. Just need to talk to somebody and see what their thoughts are on something building. They're there. Steve Coburn, Coburn's Catering. They've been around since 1946. That same location, they used to have a cafeteria. In the 60s, I ate there. But you couldn't have an event too big for Coburn's. They do the stock show every year, so that's well over 100,000 people. Maybe several 100,000 people. Pat and Richard Carr, Dickie Carr Sand and Gravel. Great people, always helping out. They were the first entity, person, group, whatever, to write a check last year for Larry's Kids for $5,000. Dana Lang. Dana was at our luncheon Saturday at Angelo's. Dana's in the real estate business. Her company, one of her companies, is Dana Sells Cowtown. A-Bird AC and Heating, that's Dub Peacock's company. If you think you've got an issue with your heat or air unit, call them. They'll come out. And Dub told us the other day they charge $95 for to check it out. Eric Walsh, he's on the board of directors of Larry's Kids, my bicycle giveaway. He's in the real estate business. He's just a good all-around guy. Rhonda with Yellow Snake Horses, Brazos River Ranch. Barbara's in Chapman. They are down Interstate 20. You exit Millsap. Takes you about an hour to get there. She owns 180 or 200 acres right there on the Brazos. You can go horseback riding for an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes for $75. You do not need to be a seasoned horseback rider, but you do need to make an appointment, so you need to call them. Today is a perfect day. I don't think it's going to rain. I'm going to start being the weatherman, because these guys that are the weather people now, they predict 80% chance and it doesn't rain, but it keeps customers out of my detail shop. Why did I choose a business that weather related? Should have had my head examined. Okay, I'll let y'all know tomorrow where we're eating. Barbara said, you've been down there, Barbara, to Yellow Snake Horses, Brazos River Ranch? Good. Yeah, I'll let y'all know tomorrow where we're going to eat. How's my book coming? It's coming. My ghostwriters, 2 of them, I'm not sure they're all that enthused, so I might get somebody else, but the content, I'm on chapter 9. It's going to be a long book. I know a lot of stuff, and it's stuff I know firsthand, most of it. It'll be paperback and hard copy. I have no idea what the price will be. Sherry Holt, we want to thank her for putting together our birthday party again this year. She's done it for the last few years and does a great job at it. Do we have a lawyer? Yes, we do. Varghese and Somerset. I will send you their card. I'm sending you a messenger right now. As soon as I get off, I'll tell you. We do need some, we need a painter, commercial and residential paint contractor. We need a remodeler. You know anybody in the remodeling business? Title company. There's a lot of things we need. A dentist. The cost is $1,500 a year. Your exposure will be possibly in the millions in a year's time. It will be $1 million. People that have access to your contact. So in January or February of this year, Facebook sent me a deal that the post that I've made, not y'all's post, my post, have had over 8 million likes. In 2019, they sent a deal saying I'd had 1,610,000. So in 2021, in 6 years, we've raised the bar to over 8 million. We get a lot of likes, a lot of comments, so it breaks down to $125 a month. That's what, $30 a week, $35 a week. And I talk you up on my morning show. They can go on FortWorthMemories.com and read their sponsors. They can go on YouTube. They're posted. Your stuff is posted on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, X, Memories, 5 different platforms under Memories. So there's no way you can get any more exposure. The price ought to be more than that, but that's what I charge. So, and I only do one per type of business. So if you're in the paint contracting business, you'll be my only paint contractor. If you're in the lawyer business, you'll be my only lawyer contractor. Yeah. If somebody's interested in doing a podcast, or if you've got a story to tell, you want to come on my show, just email me or message me. I'm going to crank that up. Now that Rosie's back, I'm going to try to start having a few guests every week. Over the years, I've interviewed all kinds of people. Even before I had Facebook, I did reel-to-reels. I've been interviewing people 40 years. On the current administration, yes. I've got pictures of Pete Hegseth wearing Fort Worth Memories gear standing right next to me. And of course, Brooke Rollins is our agricultural secretary. She's been in this museum, comes to the back giveaway every year. Yeah, I've always been at the right place at the right time to meet the right people. Anyway, so somebody check on Buddy Whittington. And I was visiting with Dana. We're going to be able to interview Ray Sharp. That's almost a done deal. If you don't know who Ray Sharp is, you're probably in your 30s or 40s. Lindy Lou. My dad actually had a club on Race Street that he played at. All the gangsters will be in the book. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all get back to your morning breakfast. I don't know. I'm going to follow up on that. Somebody said they're going to have those concerts in the park. Does anybody know about that? What we need to do is get somebody from Visit Fort Worth. I'm going to send them an invite. Botanical Gardens, all of these venues that have local entertainment. We'll get Tim Love on. His Tim's deal brings a lot of people in. We got there's a lot of stuff to do here in Fort Worth, downtown, everywhere. People that say, well, there's no parking downtown. I've been down there 3 out of the last 6 weekends, and there's plenty of parking down there. You must be talking about a different downtown than I am. They do still have music at Sundance. And yes, I asked Bud Kennedy, they're going to reopen Caravan of Dreams. It's just not going to be called Caravan of Dreams. I don't even know if it's going to be in the same building. They named the name of it. Sundance made an announcement the other day. So we need to get caught up on the music scene and what's happening downtown, and Will Rogers. I posted that deal. That was in 1967, I believe. Had all those great names. The Doors. The Doors actually played twice. Every Mother's Son, Grassroots. Sonny and Cher were on that playbill, but they did not show up. Every Mother's Son played. There was a whole lot of people, and it was $2. I knew somebody that was, he's gone now, that was part of that. It cost them $75,000 to put on, and they didn't even come close to $50,000. But it was a lot of great entertainment. It was at Will Rogers. It was a several-day event. I think it was a 10-day event. Roundup Inn. I think it was all at the Roundup Inn, which was part of the Will Rogers Coliseum. It's still there today. It's not called Roundup, I don't think. It opened in '64, and they spent $300,000 to build it. But it served its purpose. That one concert alone, there was lots of us kids down there. We was all kids back then. It was in '67. It was what? No, it wasn't in '65. It was in 1967. I'll bet you on it. Oh, yeah. Well, now what you're talking about is the Doors had Morrison and them, their equipment didn't get here. That was back when they shipped equipment different, I guess. So they borrowed other musicians' equipment, I think, for the whole show. I don't think it ever did turn up. I don't know if somebody stole it or they just didn't ship it, or they were late, but they showed up, and they did play 2 different evenings. That alone was worth, I wonder what that ticket's worth if you've got that where you can prove you got in. It was $2. They had some type of tickets. KFJZ was the radio station that helped promote it. I knew one of the guys that worked in promotions for Jay-Z back then. In fact, he gave me 2 tickets. I still got them. They weren't perforated. They were just long tickets, and I guess they didn't keep them. I don't remember if I actually had to show mine or what. To be a sponsor, just call me, message me, something. Do it all by telephone. You can send me new content every week. Send me up to 10 pictures, and I'll be happy to post them. And you can also do live videos. Okay, I got to send this person, I got to send Dee a card from Wargacy, Somerset. So I will let y'all get back to your breakfast or whatever you're doing. Stay safe. Don't forget.